Kitchener women, all sisters, are planning a topless demonstration in Waterloo this weekend. They're asserting their right to bare breasts after being stopped by police Friday night. CTV's Allison Tanner is on Shanley Street in Kitchener, where the conversation took place. Allison, you spoke with one of the women today, and she maintains it's her choice to cover up or not.
That's right, Nancy. Alicia Brilla and her sisters say they were on a late-night bike ride when they were pulled over by police because they say they didn't have their tops on. That's when Brilla pulled out her cell phone and started recording.
What are you stopping us about?
What are you stopping for? Do you have your lights and horn on your bike?
Yeah, we do.
Horn?
Yeah.
This is the exchange with the camera turned on. But Alicia Brilla says it was very different before she started recording.
We passed by a cop in an SUV, and he immediately makes a U-turn after seeing us from the front. He would have seen our lights shining on him and our helmets and everything, and of course our breasts. He makes a U-turn and says, ladies, you're going to need to put shirts on.
Brilla and her sisters Tamira and Nadia argued with the officer.
That's not why you stopped us, though. You said you stopped us because we're topless, and we're not supposed to be topless.
This isn't the first time a topless woman has had a run-in with police. In 1991, Guelph student GWEN Jacobs was arrested while walking home from class topless. She was charged with committing an indecent act. She fought the charge and won the right for all women in Ontario to expose their breasts.
All I did was I took off my shirt and I walked home from school. That's all I did. I was standing talking to somebody and I got arrested.
No arrest Friday night, but Brilla says they shouldn't have been stopped at all.
There's a few conflicting stories coming out of the initial information, and that's why we'll be conducting an internal review.
Staff Sergeant Mike Hafner says there may be information the women weren't obeying the rules of the road.
Maybe we're observed not to stop.
But that was never mentioned to them because...
And again, I'm unaware of the conversation that has occurred between the women and the officer.
Brilla and her sisters could launch a formal complaint, but they haven't decided if they will.
At the end of the conversation, my main objective was just to ensure that, the officer that we had had that encounter with and his team were just aware that women are allowed to be topless.
Brilla and her sisters say they didn't know their late-night bike ride would cause so much reaction. It was late at night on a quiet street and meant to be a bonding experience. Nancy?
All right. Thanks very much, Allison.